Hey guys, Dr. Josh Axe here along with Jordan Rubin. Hey, today we want to talk about one of our favorite supplements to use, really, that has a lot of benefits, especially supporting natural energy levels, and it is MCT oil. And we want to do a training here. We're going to talk about coconut, MCTs, a few other things here as well. But it's important to remember that when getting there's a lot of MCT oil brands out there. But when you're getting MCT oil or using coconut of any sort, you really want to look for organic. It really is critical. And we're going to talk about some of the benefits here as well. But first, Jordan, let's start off by why should we be getting and using MCT oil?
Well, first, let's talk about the fact that fats should be our primary energy source. And I've said this before, and people cringe, but think about this. The reason that fat has been so vilified is because it's called fat. So you've got three macronutrients. You've got carbohydrates, protein, and fat. And fat's the only one that evokes sort of this bad image. If our three macronutrients were dumb, ugly, and fat, it would be a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a joke, but honestly, fats are an essential macronutrient where carbs really aren't. And so today we're seeing a resurgence of interest in fats. There's primarily three types. Short chain fats, which you'll find in butter and ghee. Butyric acid is, I think, one of the most powerful, great for the gut. There's long chain fats. The longest are the fish oils like DHA and EPA. Those are really long fats. Flaxseed and hemp are shorter than, they're long, but they're not quite as long as fish. And then there's medium chain fats that you would call caprylic acid, lauric acid, and just so many minor fatty acids like capric acid. So caprylic, capric, lauric, and those are amazing. If you look at the literature, lauric acid is the primary fat in breast milk. Caprylic acid has been used to lower population of fungi and candida, and capric acid also does similar things as well. And MCTs, found primarily in tropical oils like coconut and palm, actually can not only balance the microbes, but can be used for energy and create ketones. So MCTs, they were popular. I don't remember if you remember 15, 20 years ago when we started in this industry, MCTs was a popular fitness supplement for burning fat and exercise, and then it disappeared. Well, now MCTs are all the rage, and they're great because they not only are good for you, but they make anything that you put them in better. For example, MCT is great with herbs and spices as a delivery vehicle, and they're just getting a great amount of notoriety today, particularly the C8 or caprylic acid.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned a word there, ketones, and this is, I know, something that anytime that I follow the ketogenic diet, my wife Chelsea follows the keto diet, and I know yourself and your family, I mean, we've all followed a keto diet at some point, and the results are really amazing. I remember working with patients years ago and putting them on a keto diet, just the amazing results they saw when they were doing the keto diet the right way. But one of the things that's really great if you're going to follow keto, even paleo to a degree, but especially keto, you know, to get your body into ketosis is MCTs are so great at actually just supporting your body and burning fat for fuel. You know, MCT oil is easier, or it's quicker, more quickly digested than some other fats, which actually allows your body to actually burn that more easily for energy. So it's one of the easiest fats for your body to burn as energy. So it's really fantastic. So Jordan, there's lots of benefits we could talk about. Why don't you touch on what are the biggest benefits of using MCT oil daily?
Now, if you look online, you'll see every benefit under the sun ascribed to MCT, but I'm going to focus on three primarily. MCTs in their form, particularly that C8 caprylic acid form, is great for metabolism, brain health, and energy. And you mentioned ketones or the ketogenic diet. What's great about MCTs, if you consume them, your body will begin generating ketones. Your body will begin into that fat burning zone. You don't need to be on a ketogenic diet to enjoy the benefits of MCTs. This is keto in a bottle, so to speak. And there's more and more research every single day. So consuming medium chain triglycerides or medium chain fatty acids is great for your brain. So I love to put it in my kids' smoothies because when they're in school, having the sustained brain energy is really critical. Focus, concentration, etc., but also that physical energy. It's almost like having a little extra in the tank each and every day because fat is the preferred fuel source of the body. We only hold enough glycogen or stored carbohydrates for about 60 minutes. What if your activity is an hour or an hour and a half? What if it's 2 hours? I think MCTs are critical for unlocking, or rather unleashing, the body's stored energy levels in body and mind.
Yeah, I love that too. One of the things Chelsea loves to do is put a little bit of that in her morning coffee or espresso, and I love putting it in smoothies. And the other time I'll use it, a lot of times when I'm taking supplements, there's research showing if you're using coconut oil or some of those compounds like MCT oil, that it may naturally support absorption of certain nutrients. And so again, we know getting more fat in our diet, especially MCTs, can have a lot of benefits there as well. And so Jordan, we know that using an oil is one great way, or the main way, taking that oil, adding it to a smoothie, adding it to a coffee, or just simply taking a tablespoon with your supplements. Those are all great ways to get MCT oil in our diet. Any other things we need to know about MCT oil?
I love to combine MCTs with protein. So say that you're consuming collagen, for example, because collagen is a great source of protein for your skeletal system and for the connective tissue of the body. I believe that collagen works better when fat is in it. So combining MCTs with collagen is the ultimate 1-2 punch to accentuate the benefits of what collagen does. It really sort of driving them into the body. MCTs are absorbed primarily through the lymphatic system. They avoid the liver and gallbladder. So somebody who's got fat digestion challenges can often tolerate MCTs.
Wow.
Now, I will warn you, if you go putting gobs of MCTs in your coffee or in a smoothie, you can have some gut disruption. Because remember what I said, caprylic and capric acid, they're two medium-chain triglycerides. They can alter the balance of your gut. Usually it's for the better, but you don't want to do it all at once. So I recommend starting with a teaspoon of MCT, organic, or maybe a few grams if it's in a powder form, and work your way up. Ultimately, you can do several tablespoons, but you want to work your way up slowly. So MCTs are great with protein. They're also amazing with botanicals. People love turmeric, and we know that turmeric has been consumed traditionally as golden milk or golden tea. What did it have in it? Fats. What kind? Primarily medium and short chain. I think the combination of MCTs and turmeric through off the charts exciting, and most people don't talk about it. So if you consume MCTs and turmeric, for example, you're going to get, I believe, better benefits than one of them on their own. And I think black seed is another. Black cumin or black seed is now being held up with turmeric as possibly the king of the spices. Not many people have heard about it in the average community, but man, black cumin or black seed and turmeric are both amazing. And when you combine them with MCTs, again, explosive benefits. And you can look at holy basil or pretty much any botanical combining with MCTs, you're going to get a great benefit. You mentioned using it in coffee. You can do it in tea drinks. You can consume it in smoothies when you have berry-based antioxidants. MCT oil can benefit the young and the old alike, the professional athlete, the busy executive. Man, if college students, could you imagine instead of what we did, staying up all night, all-nighters, eating donuts that were filled with whatever, instead imagine getting that natural boost for your mind and body.
Yeah, so MCT oil is fantastic. One of the biggest things to remember though, it's got to be organic. I mean, really looking for organic is critical. There's so many things that are sprayed out there, so many things, and especially it's important when you're consuming fat. When you're consuming anything that's fat, you want to do your best to find it organically. So again, we both love MCT oil. That's organic, used in the right way. Hope you've enjoyed this video on how to use and the big benefits of MCT oil.